And welcome back inside Jack Guinan Gymnasium in Ovid, New York. Excited tonight's Finger Lakes West basketball game between the Naples Big Green Machine, undefeated at 7-0, 5-0 in the league, against Dan Lent South Seneca Falcons, 2-4 in the league and 2-6 overall. And Naples will start number 15, Isaiah Tilley, he's the team leader. Nick Phillips, Noah Gorton, Jason Pulver, and Andrew Fleischman. And for South Seneca, we'll see senior point guard Andy John Drew, Marshall Worden, a sophomore, Lincoln Backman Lowe, a junior, Eric Dresser, senior guard forward, and Devin Rogers, a sophomore forward. Should make up the starters. So here we go. Corsi, I'm looking forward to calling the game with you and looking forward to seeing what this Naples team's all about at 7-0.
Yeah, the first thing you notice, and we talked about it on the top of the broadcast, was the seniors for Naples. I mean, they just look a little older, a little bit more physical than South Seneca as they get called out. So, South Seneca is going to rely heavy on some underclassmen tonight. You know, their senior play from Andy John Drew and Eric Dresser is very solid from the game that we saw him early in the year against Minders. Those guys can play, but the younger kids are their scorers. So we'll see how that plays throughout the night if the younger underclassmen can keep these South Seneca Falcons in the game.
Well, I think I made an error with the starting lineup for South Seneca. I think Colin Morella will be the starter at center. He's a guy that can put the ball in the basket, does a lot of dirty work down low for Dan Lent's squad.
You know, sorry, Jim. A couple of things that I've noticed is a little different tonight for out here in the West is I mentioned to you off camera is that I was at my daughter's modified game, and the elementary school is 11 miles from the high school, which is very rare. And then South Seneca only suiting up 7 people, which is rare.
Yeah, and that's one of the things they struggle with.
However,
I mean, Dan Lent doesn't have the option to press a lot if he doesn't want to, and it certainly is.
Yeah, foul trouble. You know, they probably have to play zone at times to protect kids. They do have a great mascot, though.
It's always great when you see a mascot at these high school games.
I always enjoy the mascot, and they have the Falcon right here beside us, and we'll get some shots of him tonight. There he is right there, trying to get the crowd going early. So
decent crowd turnout on a cold night, and I bet you the Naples section is empty though. Not a lot of.
Well, I'm sure they got a word that was on Finger Lakes 1, so they're home down in this cold weather. Like my family's watching right now. My son's a big fan of Lincoln Lowe Backman, so he's watching. Will is watching from home and checking out Lincoln, who he looks up to. So a lot of people probably tuning in on a cold night like tonight, Jim.
And nonetheless, a nice atmosphere in here for basketball as here we go. We're underway. And loose ball off the tip, and it's controlled by Isaiah Tilley. And he's going to take it right to the basket. No good. Rebound grab by Morella. And South Seneca has the ball back. John Drew, small in stature, but really a good ball handler. A good guy to lead this offense. Goes off a high ball screen. And he'll look to get it to Dresser and Lowe. And there's the first shot of the game for South Seneca from Dresser off the mark.
Yeah, a nice offensive set by South Seneca there. A pick and roll. They kicked it out for a good-looking shot, and Naples did a good job controlling the boards. But you'll see Coach Dan Lent's team will run a lot of good offensive sets tonight as the game goes on.
And John Drew comes up with a steal. He's on the break, 2-on-2. Backman Lowe to his left. He picked up his dribble. Now he's in trouble. Gets it to Link, and he gets it over to Dresser, and then they pass the toss here at the scorer's table.
I think we're going to have to go with Lincoln tonight for him. You know, that Backman Lowe comes out a little bit tough. You're probably better at it than I am, but yeah, good. Unforced error there for South Seneca.
And I got a nickname for anybody that's watched the Upstate Hoops podcast for Lincoln Backman Lowe. We'll wait till he does something noteworthy before we break it out.
I'm looking forward to it.
So Nick Phillips controls at the point for Naples and gets it over to Tilley, who drives left side and gets it back to Phillips. Off the mark, no good. Nice rebound. I don't think we got this guy's number. Number 12. Might be a JV call-up.
You know, outside of really Pulver, number 2, Naples is long. You know, they don't have a real tall kid, but You know, they go 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" out there. They've got a lot of length across the board. No, he's got steps on the baseline. Tilly.
That's Tilly, yeah.
Looked like a pretty good move. His footwork seemed good from here, but down there on the baseline, the official had a better view for it.
This is the start that Dan Lennon wanted. Naples likes to run. They like to pressure. South Seneca's going to try to slow them down. They're hoping for a low-scoring game. I think if they're going to have a chance to win, it's going to be in the low 40s. Down low to Lincoln. Backman low for the first basket of the game.
Yeah, a little backdoor flex screen for Backman low. That's a standard out here at South Seneca from back to the Steve Veter days before he coached, and Dan Lentz continued it. They love that flex offense down here in the South County.
Noah Gordon with the basketball and the beer. Oh, deep shot from Pulver is off the mark, and John Drew runs it down. And South Seneca controls, bringing it back the other way. Yeah, Noah Gordon with the beard is a guy who's been a bright spot for Mick Salter this year. He's really stepped up. John Drew drives high off the glass, no good, and it's rebounded by Tilly, who's taking it himself. Nice bounce pass to Gorton. Gets a rebound off the Gorton miss, and it looks like Tilly will go for the line to shoot two.
You know, we're only a couple minutes in, Jim, but you can kind of see Tilly does a little bit of everything. I know he's their leading scorer, and he's one of the top players in the Finger Lakes West, but he's getting defensive rebounds. He just grabbed an offensive rebound. He's leading the break, and, you know, he looks to be unselfish. A pretty solid all-around player to start. And a nice touch on the free throw line as well.
He gets the first one to go down, and Naples is on the board. Yeah, if you look at the box scores from game to game, as Tilly knocks down the second one, he's a forward category guy. Assists, rebounds, and steals.
Yeah,
and points.
And I think Gorton's their second leading scorer. He looks much older than the South Seneca kids with that beard he's got going.
That is a full beard for a high school kid.
Yeah, my goal now is to try and get my beard as full as Gorton's. So we'll see how we go over the next couple weeks.
A couple weeks. It might take a couple months for that. So Naples has the ball coming back the other way. 2-2 ball game early here from Ovid, New York, as Pulver drives the lane, and they're going to say that Dresser tripped him.
And there you go. South Seneca, 3 minutes in, has picked up 3 fouls already. So that's something that Danny Lentz probably watching at a constant pace this season is the foul trouble on his own team.
Well, when you got 2 guys sitting over on your bench and an assistant coach, and that's it, as opposed to Naples, who has a bench 8 deep.
Yeah, they're 14. They brought 14 in Jersey tonight. That's double the amount that South Seneca has.
A good rebound there by Backman Low, and he looks like he's going to bring it up the court himself as he works on the Naples defender.
They're shaking and baking a little bit there. You know, a nice little handle trying to beat his guy off the dribble. And picked up the foul for Naples.
He's a similar player to Tilly. He's also a guy that can do multiple things, not just scoring inside and not just rebounding, but he can handle it as well.
He works hard. That's the one thing I've liked about him over the last year or two watching him play. He's a scrapper out there, always working hard. There he is on the ground as I talk about it, you know.
No, threw it away, though, to Tilly. And Tilly, he got bailed out there after leaving his feet. Gets it back, squares up against Lincoln, and then out to the side for a wide open 3 from Pulver. Good.
Got a little bit of a slow release, a little bit of hitch in that jump shot for Jason Pulver there, but that second one he's nailed. He seems to be one of their outside threats early on.
Well, he certainly could have taken a couple more seconds to get that off if he wanted. Lincoln Low inside, off the backboard and good.
You know, noticing early, Jim, we saw these guys against Minders in a very lopsided affair. This team's, I can tell, a lot different when Lincoln's in that lineup.
Yeah, and South Seneca's a team that, you know, we know they're short-handed, and that probably plays a big part into the record as Pulver misses the drive with the left hand. Gordon pulls it down, and 3 from the top of the key, no good. And who are they going to get?
They got Pulver.
Yep. Going the other way.
Yeah, John Drew had great position down there, and Pulver just used his arms and hands a little bit too much to try to get around him.
So now Naples coming with a little full court man pressure, but John Drew breaks it, and the Falcons will set up.
Definitely playing into the Falcons' tempo. You know, it's kind of a slower paced game. Yeah. They're making some reversals before they take shots and using a little bit of time, and it's kind of just lulling Naples to a 1-point lead here.
And Pulver now working on Backman Low, and a nice little left-handed baby hook almost there. And Pulver's got 5 points early. You know, he can score too. He had 18 against Whitman back on December 15th and followed that up with 14 points against Honeoye. So a lot of options, a lot of guys can score here for the Big Green, and actually we have some reserves checking in. Conrad Rathburn into the game, along with Graydon Ross,
yep.
And Jake Chapman, sophomore guard. And it looks like Naples now in the 2-3 zone. And that's where you want to get it, is to low, right at the foul line. Just keeps flashing.
Looks like Zach Dormer checked in too, the sophomore forward. They do carry a couple sophomores on this roster as well, but almost a platoon. Tilly stayed, 4 went out.
And you know, they don't lose much size.
No, look at that. The wingspan and length is still there. You know, a luxury that South Seneca certainly doesn't have.
Low passes out of the double team to Dresser, and it looks like they're going to pick up Conrad Rathbun with a foul, his first of the game. And in a 7-4 game early with about 2:48 left in the first period. Backman low to inbound. Nice ball reversal, quick passing. Lincoln gets it back out to John Drew.
One too many steps there in the lane. You know, these South Seneca kids have to be pretty tough. 7 kids on the bench and gritty, and you know, there's, you know, they in order to compete, they got to be out there, and they got to be physical and aggressive and be able to take some punches every now and again.
Well, they came to play tonight, I'll tell you that much, as we get a reverse layup by Isaiah Tilley, up and good off the glass. He's got 4 on the game, has his first field goal. A little trouble breaking the press, but Dan Lent gets a smart timeout there.
Yeah, he had Rogers cross court and he was trying to get to him, but the height bothered the passing lane there.
Well, give me a chance to tell you about Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education. The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Generations Bank, a proud sponsor of local high school basketball in tonight's broadcast. So 9-4 early. And, after tonight, we're taking a week off, the longest break we've had in a while, and we'll be in Newark next Tuesday night as the Miners Blue Devils, only a game back of Newark in first place, travel to face the Reds.
That'll be a big Finger Lakes East matchup. See if Miners can go in there and give Newark some trouble and knock them off.
Nice shot there by Dresser, off, gets the roll, cuts the lead to 3. Now, South Seneca showing a little man-to-man. As the Big Green works it around, and the shot by Zach Dormer off the mark, and South Seneca gets it back.
Way off the mark there with Dormer on that. Didn't really get his legs into it. Didn't seem too comfortable shooting that either. Looks like a 1-2-2 half-court trap here by Mick Salter's Naples Big Green Machine.
For a team that struggles to score, if you can break the press, that opens it up a little bit for you to get some easy baskets to get your offense going. Coach Lent says that they've been in games, you know, sticking around within 5 points of guys, and then they'll go 5 minutes without scoring. Next thing they know, they're down 15.
And that's what they don't want to do, is just turn it over. You know, they get, if you struggle to score, the ball's gold. You got to make sure you get shots off. And if you're turning it over, you're not getting any shots off.
Great pass there by Isaiah Tilley to Graydon Ross. And you can see now why all the hype around Isaiah Tilley. He's pretty much getting wherever he needs to be out there. Is Backman low, triple teamed, dribbles out of it, gets it out to Dresser, who takes a 19-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound, Tilley coming the other way.
Yeah, Tilley does a great job of kind of playing within himself. He doesn't force the issue too much. I haven't seen him force a shot. Yeah, that pass maybe not there, but you know, just he kind of seems a year or two older than everybody on the court. Just smooth and under control, and coach getting him a quick break here with 45 seconds to go in the quarter.
As Noah Gorton checks back in, and Tilley takes a seat. And there's Gorton, a little dipsy-do off the rim. And the lead is 7. 33 seconds left. First period of play here live in Ovid, New York. I'm Jim Sinacropi along with Kevin Korzaneski, Dennis Lay, Jeremy Hunt on cameras, Jason Hunt producing tonight's broadcast. And looks like Lincoln's Beckman Lowe's going to the line.
Yeah, again, just a hustle play, grabbed the ball in the middle lane, took it up strong, got fouled. And here you go. We talked about 9-6, now it's 13-6. Lincoln's got to knock these down to put some points on the board for South Seneca.
Like Beckman Lowe sneaks. I like when they match the uniforms.
Yeah, a little wild, but at least they do match the uniform. We talk about that stuff all the time, the pink sneaks and the orange sneaks that don't go with uniforms. And Lincoln's got that match going on pretty good. Black and yellow socks, black and yellow sneaks. That should be the team issued right here.
I agree. They should all look the same.
We'll have to talk to Coach a lot about that after the game.
And Beckman Lowe knocks down both. He's got 18 seconds left, first period, 13-8. And there's a steal by John Drew. He's trapped in the corner, gets it out. 10 seconds left as the Falcons try to cut this lead to 3. 5 seconds left. Here comes Dresser through the lane. He was out of control and lost it. And that was a fast ball by Noah Gordon. Nice arm. So at the end of one period of play from Ovid, New York, it's the Naples Big Green 13, South Seneca Falcons 8. We'll be right back on FingerLakes1.tv.
Guidance and partnership through every step of the journey. Welcome to Generations Bank.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
And second quarter underway as Andy John Drew misses a 3. Naples controls up 5.
And it's a good look. They took, about 25, 30 seconds off the shot clock on that possession. They got a good wide open 3. I think it's right on the game plan of what South Seneca's trying to do.
And there's a shot from the pank from Jake Chapman, no good, and John Drew controls. And if South Seneca can just get the ball in the basket, we got a ball game here.
And like you said, Coach Lent's been, emphasizing that all year, and that's why they're 2-6. But it all takes is a couple good quarters.
And there you go. That's another way to do it, is to draw the foul and get those points from the foul line as Lincoln Beckman Lowe heads back. Nicky Short's also in the game here for South Seneca to start second quarter.
The thing about Lincoln that I like watching now, too, is he plays a little bit bigger than he is. He's not a real tall kid, but he plays the 4 for South Seneca. He's about 6'1", 6'2", and he's just a real good athlete that can do multiple things, which brings me to something I wanted to bring out tonight, is that he's a decathlete here at South Seneca High School.
On the track team.
On the track team, and he was the sectional runner-up for Class C last year.
Wow.
In sectionals.
As a sophomore.
And the kid he lost to graduated. So he's really looking forward to track season and trying to win a decathlon, and that's a lot of work,
Absolutely.
To do it. That's a 10. It's 10 events in track and field, and so I know he's got his sights set on that this spring. So I look forward to see how he does in that towards the end of the school year.
He's also winning the free throw shooting contest tonight, 4 for 4 from the line, keeping South Seneca in the ball game as a 3 is off the mark from Conrad Rathbun, but rebound Gorton gets it out to the corner. Another air ball from Graydon Ross, and here comes Beckman Lowe, gets it out to John Drew, and South Seneca has numbers right now. John Drew takes it to the hole, dishes it outside, and
shuffled up.
Marshall Warden, one too many steps there.
Yeah, he had to open 3, but maybe not a 3-point shooter.
So looking at South Seneca's upcoming schedule, from here they'll play Waterloo at Waterloo for the second time this season, a rare kind of double crossover, and then back into FL West action at Marcus Whitman, then Red Jacket and Dundee. Dundee, by the way, beat Penn Yan last night, which was pretty impressive. Great backdoor cut. And a great find from Tilly. And basket by the one guy that we don't know.
We're going to have to get that
maybe
the next time out.
Yeah. Word and rejected by Tilly. And Naples controls up 5. Yeah, it's tough. Naples, good defensive team.
All around, I've been impressed. I know they only got a 5-point lead here, and now it's to 7.
Great move by Gorton off another awesome pass from Tilly.
Gorton's really active. You can tell these guys have played together. They're making nice passes to each other. A real unselfish, balanced team. That you talk about league championship, and you talk about trying to get a 1 seed in sectionals. That's a tough team to play against when they come at you from so many different angles.
Dresser fouls a shot inside to Backman Low, gets it back out to Warden, who drives off the glass and good. That's Dresser, actually. Eric Dresser, his 4th point of the game, and it's a 17-12 Naples lead.
Gorton handles the ball pretty well too for a big guy.
Yeah,
now they have Tilly in the post.
And they're looking for him. A little mismatch there with Marshall Warden, and it's off the glass, no good. And John Drew comes up with the tapped rebound, and another big possession for South Seneca here.
Yeah, it was a good defensive stop there. Good defense by Eric Dresser, who's got the task of trying to guard him.
Good look from Lowe. Off the glass, no good. Shot by Devin Rogers, and they got a foul going the other way.
Yeah, Rogers just short-armed that. He got rid of it quick, kind of like a hot potato. He's got to take that up, jump towards the goal, and extend those arms.
Here we get a look at that great backdoor cut and find. So low scoring affair here from the Jack Guinan Arena in Ovid. Glad you could join us. Hope you're nice and warm inside. And wow, nice defense.
Letting them play a little bit.
By Warden. And he gives it back to John Drew. Almost turns it up and up in the air. Dresser goes up and gets it. And let's settle down, boys. Let's get a bucket. Dresser drives right side, gets in trouble. Gordon, good defense, didn't jump at him, just held his spot. Gets it out to Lincoln Backman Low, a little bit out of control. Loose ball, still loose, and who's going to come up with it? It looks like Dresser. And now he gets it tapped away. And that, Corsi, was a sloppy possession.
It was. I don't think that's the opposite of what Dan Lent wants right now. A lot of dribbling, a lot of pounding, taking it to the basket, not really knowing where they're going with it. And they need better possessions than that last one that they just had. And now if you watch on the other end, Naples will come down and kind of do the total opposite. They'll pass it around. They won't put the ball on the ground a lot. And, they'll use their screens and try to get the ball inside.
Good defense fronting Gordon by Morella. Naples keeps possession, though. And there's Pulver for 3 off the mark, no good. And another rebound by Eric Dresser.
Back to that, Jim, I was really shocked to see Dundee beat Penn Yan, the type of team that Penn Yan has. And I haven't seen Dundee. And that's a huge win for the West last night over the East. And, coaches kind of don't talk about that, but you take a little pride in that.
Sure.
I'm sure Coach Les Miller went home last night with a little bit of smile on his face. Those guys are kind of rivals down there outside of their respective leagues. But, it's a smaller school, and the West sometimes has a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. And good for Coach Les Miller and the Dundee Scots for that win last night.
Nice take there by Lowe. He just couldn't get it high enough off the backboard. And good, a surprising no call there.
Yeah, there's a lot of fouls been let go today, which, I don't mind. It's cold out there. I want to get home, too.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody might be thinking. They don't want their batteries to freeze up in the car outside because it is Arctic. And Morell off the glass, no good. Dresser off the glass, no good. If these guys could get a couple of those to go. And here comes Tilly, finds a wide open number 12, who hits a 3. And, we really should have his name because he got 5 points.
Yeah, that was a great-looking shot. And, again, a great find by Tilly.
Second 3 of the game for Naples. John Drew goes into the lane, bounce pass off Morella's hands and out of bounds. And we got a timeout. And it gives me a chance to tell you, as we look at this good inside-out play, and Naples' second three of the game about Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. You know what? That's Andrew Fleischman. You're right.
Two's Andrew Fleischman
Yeah.
on that replay there. I saw two's the kick out. Andrew Fleischman, he's one of the better shooters for Naples.
Well, we got that straightened out. So Fleischman's got 5 on the game. Finger Lakes Partners, insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community with offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. And Jimmer's Auto. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, soup, and the best sandwiches in town. Visit menshalloffame.com for the full menu. And we want to thank all our sponsors that help us bring you live high school basketball action on a cold winter's night. And there we got the
Lincoln Backman Lowell sign up there with the mascot. You know, he just turned around on us, but got a little cheering section for Lincoln up there. And there we go.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, number 12. That's his sister Kenya up there, I think, with the mascot.
And so Naples with a 10-point lead, just over 2 minutes left to go in the half, and nice rebound there by Rogers. Gets it to Lowe, who's dribbling around. Nice bounce pass that can't be. Morella, I don't think he was expecting that, and they got a jump ball, and that'll go back to Naples.
Yep, a little out of control there for Lincoln and South Seneca. You get ball out, set it up, run a play, see if you can get something out of your play.
Again, with South Seneca, you got to be happy with the defense. You got to be happy with the effort on the boards. It's just they can't seem to hold on to the ball long enough to score it. And when they are shooting, they're not making the shots that they could make, especially from close range. If they could get a few more to fall. And there's Gordon with a nice 16-footer.
It's a nice touch on Gordon. I like him. He's tough. Big physical kid that can go inside and out.
About a minute 30 left in the half. Morella drives baseline against Gordon, and Gordon says, "Get that out of there. Fear the beard."
Yeah, that's right.
You know, we watch this Naples team, and they're in the same class as Lions, a team that we get to see a lot. And really in Class C3, those are they're right now in first, and I think Lions might have even moved into second with their win last night at Red Creek. So, and Gordon comes up with a steal there. A good chance you might see these two teams.
I think it'd be a great matchup, you know, two well-coached teams.
Fleischman buries the three. His second of the game, and he's got 8 points to lead all scorers, and it's a 27-12 Naples lead. Long pass to Morella, he just a little too high, and that goes back the other way. And you can see the frustration right now in the Falcons' faces. Tight-knit group, play together, but when you got 12 points in the first half, it's just not that much fun. And Lincoln Backman Low with the rejection.
The great emancipator.
The great trying to free the South Seneca basketball fans from the shackles of mediocrity.
That's right. That's right. I love it. That was a great block by Lincoln. And let's not get him confused with Bachman from Seneca Falls. That's Backman from South Seneca.
There's Robbie Bachman, who's blocking all those shots down there for Minders. All right, well, you know what? You're down 15, got 41 seconds left. Let's get a basket and a stop to head into halftime.
You can tell the kids are just a little frustrated out there, though. Their heads are down. They were down 5, now they're down 15. A 10-hour run by Naples. They gotta stop this bleeding here.
There's Backman Low, gets it back to John Drew for 3. Off the front rim, no good. And rebound by Gordon, and they got a run out up to Tilly ahead of the pack. And count the basket. Thought he'd go up a little stronger than that. He kind of like two-handed it.
He hesitated. He said to himself, "Can I get this dunk?" And then he said, "I can't get this dunk." And then if you're Jones Drew, you're going to hit him. Hit him so he knows you're there.
Here's a replay. And I was thinking, too, maybe a slam. I think he kind of maybe lost it a little, got hit on the arm on the way up, but converted. So Tilly misses a front-end rebound by Backman Low. 17 seconds left to play. He's got John Drew in the corner for 3, off the rim, no good. And rebound, another run out for Naples, and it looks like Palver will take it left hand to the basket, count it.
And John Drew makes the same mistake again. goes up to challenge. He's not really going to block too many shots. He's a scrapper and a hustler, and I love his effort. But hit the kid so he can't get the three-point play. And South Seneca have a really difficult time rotating back right now and stopping the transition. That time it was almost just like Tilly grabbed the rebound and just threw it, and he knew a couple, Naples players would be there.
Oh, that's not a smart foul. Did they have one to give? They did. So 5 seconds left to play in the first half, 31-12.
Naples picking up full court man-to-man with 5 seconds to go here. See if
they get the
see if they can get
low.
an open look.
Got 2 seconds to shoot. Lets one fly off the backboard. No good. And after one half of play from here at the Jack Guinan Gymnasium in Ovid, New York, your score, Naples Big Green 31, South Seneca Falcons 12. You are watching Section 5 Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FL1 Sports. Tonight's live broadcast of high school basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank, rooted in the things that matter. Dr. Rod Littlejohn, celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style. UR Medicine and Thompson Health, medicine of the highest order. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, trust someone who lives in your community. Old Lions True Value Hardware and Dobbins Pharmacy and Gift Shop in downtown Lyons. Red's Place, great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls. The Omen Theater, see what's playing in downtown Lyons at omentheater.com. Jimmer's Auto, late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Penny's Place, large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. FingerLakes1.com Incorporated, building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Wisdom passed on from generation to generation. Welcome to Generations Bank.
And welcome back inside Jack Guinan Arena. At halftime, it's 31-12. South Seneca behind to Naples, and it was a close game until about the beginning of the second quarter. It just and we noticed a lot of runouts at the end of the second half, and part of that's because Naples is going 10 deep and South Seneca is going 6 deep.
Yeah, I think it's a couple things, and it was about 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. I think it was 17-12. So they went on a 14-0 run to end the half. Number one, I think, would be fatigue by South Seneca. Naples has really been controlling the boards all night. So I think an adjustment that Dan Lett's probably making at halftime is telling us, because you got to rotate back. We're not really attacking the glass as well as we could anyway. Let's not give up easy baskets, because that's what they did in the half-court set. They played great defense. They held them to about 22, 17-22. 12 minutes into the game. That's impressive. This is an undefeated team from Naples. That's good. But Naples just taking advantage of it. And I think South Seneca, when you're 2-6 and you're young and you only have a couple seniors, even though I love those seniors, Dresser and John Drew. Those guys, the younger kids are getting down. You know, Rogers' head's down, Backman's head was down a little bit, Backman low a little bit, and you know, so those guys got a little discouraged, you can tell, and they're not maybe working as hard as they were at the beginning of the game, you know, out of frustration and fatigue. So, you know, Naples doing a great job, well balanced. You know, you brought it up. I'd love to see Lions and Naples in a semifinal game, because they're kind of come at you two different ways. You know, the Lions obviously led by Hunter, and Naples led by Tilly, but geez, they're more balanced than Lions is. You know, I don't know if they have
Pulver's a good player, good shooter.
Fleischman's hit some threes.
Yep. And Gordon.
I like, you know, it's not just the beard. Gordon's a tough player. He can do it all. He goes inside and out. He rebounds. He hit a 15 mid-range jump shot. He's got a really nice touch and does well around the basket. And they all play well together. Yeah. You know, they know where each other are, and that solves a lot of problems in coaching when you have some kids that have chemistry. We talked about it the other day on the Upstate Hoops podcast about you never can tell what a team's chemistry is, who their leaders are, what's going on in school, how are they acting with that stuff. They're just kids. But you can tell with Naples that they have chemistry, they play well together, they find each other off screens and passing, and that's a sign of outstanding chemistry, good coaching, and senior leadership. And I bet you Tilly's one heck of a senior leader if you talk to Mick Salter.
Yeah, and Coach Salter also, you know, a legendary coach in his own right. He coached for several years at Naples before stepping down for a period, but he's been back for about 10 years, 20 overall years, you know, at the helm at Naples. Naples known for their soccer, great soccer
Naples
program.
Big soccer.
But as of late, they've really been at the top of the. I think they won the West 2 years ago, and poised to do the same this year. Right now, they hold a one-game lead over Dundee at 5-1. HAC at 4-2. A team that we thought could contend in the West, and Marcus Whitman at 3-2 and fourth, and then you got Bloomfield Red Jackets, South Seneca, and then Honeoye at 1-6 and Romulus at 0-7. Now, an interesting stat about trying to evaluate South Seneca: we saw them get blown off the court against Minders in the opener when a game that Lincoln Backman Lowe didn't play. But Minders played Honeoye last night, and Honeoye beat them by 12, the exact margin that South Seneca beat them by. So, you know, I don't know what necessarily to make of that.
Yeah, sometimes you look too much at a final score and not enough at the box score. And I didn't see that box last night for Minders, but when you look at a final score, you say, oh, geez, you know, maybe somebody didn't play, maybe somebody got in foul trouble. Knowing Minders doesn't play as well on the road as they do at home, you know, they kind of remind me of my own Duke Blue Devils. You know, they shoot a lot better at home, but when they go on the road, they sometimes struggle with the three a little bit. It was a surprising score to me. You know, Coach Ciotti could have went into that game and said, hey, I'm going to try and get some more guys some playing time that haven't had it. We're going to come up with a tough stretch into the Finger Lakes.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe he balanced the playing time out a little bit. So, you know, without being there, it's hard to tell. You know, I know Carher had a big night, but yeah, to see, you know, South Seneca lose to Honeoye by 12 and the Minders 20. Sometimes those are head scratchers, but there's a lot more in between the lines than you can read. So, you know, we'll see how that plays out down the stretch.
Now, we talked about sectionals in Class C3 with Naples and Lions. South Seneca in Class C2, near the bottom of the standings right now at 13th, but a lot of local teams, including Red Creek, leading the way right now after their first loss of the season last night to Lions. Dundee, a team we talked about tonight, in fourth. And then you also have Clyde Savannah, who's a little down this year, and Red Jacket, who's without one of their best players over the past couple of years, Corey Fogarty, due to an injury in football season. But here's another section where you could possibly see a Red Creek Dundee final. And, you know, Bloomfield's done well out of the Western sectionals in the past few years. I think this is the year Naples wants to have a run. Maybe Dundee, but what we love to see is as many Wayne Finger Lakes teams get into the big house. Then we go up there, we root for them, we call those games, and then, you know, anybody that can go beyond, obviously, we're gonna.
Yeah, sometimes in Section 5 he gets lost amongst the C's and the D's, and you know, B's are a little bit more prominent, but you know where we're at and what we do here at Finger Lakes 1, we care a lot about these Wayne Finger Lakes teams, and you know, the more matchups we see at the end, the better the league is doing, and the more exciting it is for the local fans tuning into Finger Lakes 1.
Well, we got about 2 minutes before the start of the second half, so we're going to step aside for just 60 seconds, and we come back, second half action from Ovid, New York. You're watching Wayne Finger Lakes basketball on Finger Lakes 1.
many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At fingerlakes1.com. Come on over to fingerlakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
I think they're watching themselves.
Oh, yeah, they must be watching on the Finger Lakes One app. What's that sign say? Lincoln, I love you. Go Falcons.
They go Falcons. That's Kenya Backman Low, causing a little trouble, I think, on her brother. But she's had that sign up, and they're watching themselves on the phone. I don't know if they can hear it, but we got them on camera. And Kenya's another great kid that came from the Backman family over here in South Seneca. So she's rooting her brother on up there, and as well she should. She's got to get him going here. Down 31-12 to start the third quarter here in South Seneca.
Yeah, and you can watch all these games on the fingerlakes1.com app. It's a free download at the Android or Apple Store, and not only get the local news and weather information, but watch live high school basketball. So here we go to start the second half. Starters back in for South Seneca: John Drew, Backman Low, Worden, Dresser, and Rogers. Or Morella, I'm sorry.
That's the type of possession that South Seneca is really just going to have to do to get back in this game. They're not going to come out and overpower them. They're not going to come out and bury threes. Take your time. Hopefully you can hold in Naples, down to 8 or 10 points a quarter, and you can get yourself 12-14 in a quarter and get yourself back into this game.
Morella misses the first. I just saw the mascot leave the building. That can't be a good sign.
Well, that's just, I'm not sure if he gets a full paycheck, but somebody ought to look into that.
Maybe he went to the concessions. I'll tell you about South Seneca, best concession stand in the Wayne Finger Lakes, no doubt.
Yeah, it's really a nice setup back there.
And off the front rim for Morella, no good. Naples controls. And they also have a video feed of the court. It's not our webcast, but you go out there, they got a big screen TV. You can still watch the game while you're enjoying your pizza or hot dogs.
Absolutely great. I think Newark has that too on their TV channel. But and it's a nice, crisp picture too.
Yeah, maybe we should use their camera next time. Nice step inside by Marshall Worden to intercept that pass. And I think if you're South Seneca, you want to win this quarter. You want to try to win this quarter and go from there. Nice bounce pass from John Drew inside to Devin Roger, but it's blocked.
And on the other hand, if you got Mick Salter's
Worden blocked.
Naples Big Green Machine, you want to go out and extend the lead early part of third quarter and really put South Seneca down. Don't let the home team stick around. I'm sure they talked about some of the things that they did well, and see if they can go out there, get the first 6-8 points of the quarter, and really bury this team.
And there's a foul on Conrad Rathman as John Drew tried to penetrate. And here's a look at John Drew working with Marshall Worden. Nice pick and roll, but couldn't convert. And there's a nice inbound, and there we go. Kellen Morella gets a basket. That's just South Seneca's 5th field goal of the game. And
the first player outside of Backman, Low, and Dresser to score for South Seneca. So they got to, get some of these kids out here. There's only 7 of them, but they're all seeing some time, and they got to get some points on the board as well.
Another step in by Dresser this time with a steal, and here comes South Seneca. John Drew controls, guarded by Rathman. As the Falcons get to work. Morella's got a nice seal down there. Goes with a little right-hand hook off the glass, no good. And there's Backman Low on the floor and gets it out to Pulver, who now drives the lane. Bounce pass inside, good. And that's Jake Hagan into the game, the junior forward for the Big Green Machine. His first bucket of the night, and it's 33-14 Naples. Here comes Backman Low into the lane, a little out of control. Who's going to get the rebound? It's out to Naples, and here they come again. They got, another steal. A little sloppy to start the second half. John Drew's got to pull this back now and set it up.
Hey, you don't see Naples. I haven't seen them do that too much tonight. That pass by Chapman there, just a little ill-advised.
Backman Lowe's 3 off the front iron, just rims out.
Braden Ross with the rebound. He's quietly having a nice outing tonight, too, for Naples.
He's listed as 6'3", but he looks bigger. He looks 6'5".
Must have grown since the season started.
Speaking of shoes, we got Zach Dormer's got some All-American socks, some red shoes, and there he is. Ross off the glass, no good. And Ekman Lowe, it looks like Dormer got a piece of Dresser shot there on the way up.
Yeah, but got to finish that. Good find by Beckman Lowe and Dormer, or I'm sorry, Dresser. He's got to go up and make that layup if these guys want to try and cut this lead. You're not going to do it missing those layups. Got Devin Rogers checking in for Beckman Lowe.
So he gets a break. I guess when you only have 7 guys on the squad, off the back iron 3 attempt, no good. Is that Kyle Rook into the game? No, it isn't. Oh boy. Big steal by Zach Dormer. Got to convert that.
Yeah, you know, he got the angle to put it off the glass, but maybe he was thinking dunk too. But those are the things that, you know, you look at now and say, yeah, you missed it, not a big deal. But, you know, a shot like that can really cost you in a game a little bit bigger than this, you know, in a sectional game or in a game where they're going to have to play Dundee again for a league title.
So that's Eric Dresser's second foul. And Zach Dormer, the sophomore forward, goes to the line to shoot 2. He's the guy with the socks I was talking about. Seen that All-American?
Yeah, I noticed those earlier. You got Naples' upcoming schedule right here. So home game against Red Jacket. Then at Romulus, who hasn't won a game and may not anytime soon. Whitman will be a tough contest, and but to see how Naples goes down the stretch, see if they can keep the undefeated record going into the postseason. Which brings up the old ad, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to lose a game now or go into the sectional play undefeated?
Yeah, and we can see, too, with South Seneca being kind of frustrated today. You know, everybody makes sectionals, so you just got to keep improving. And the one thing with South Seneca is, like, I think they got the pieces to play better than the results have been showing. It's just little things. There's a nice effort grabbing that rebound by Devin Rogers, and he took some steps.
Yeah, trying to avoid that. He kind of shuffled his pivot foot. Now we got 4 to go here, and South Seneca hasn't done much to cut the lead, and Naples hasn't done much to extend it, but Naples is really going deep, playing a lot of kids, and I think the score has dictated Mick Salter's substitution pattern this half. Tilley hasn't been out here much. You know, he's their leading scorer and all-around best player, and then
he's got 6 on the night.
Yeah, Gorton hasn't been out here much, so he's getting some other guys some playing time with a big lead, and you know, South Seneca's got to try and take advantage of it, make Naples play those kids.
Yep.
But if you can't score and you can't chip away at the lead, it just means more playing time for kids from Naples.
Dresser's shot a little off the mark, but the ball will stay here with South Seneca. Also give me a chance to tell you about Thompson Health. Urgent Care Center in Farmington provides acute illness and injury care in a welcoming environment with doctors, nurse practitioners, and physical assistants whose goal it is to get you treated promptly and courteously so you can get back to enjoying your life. Learn more at thompsonhealth.com. So Beckman Lowe remains on the bench as John Drew's shot attempt goes long, and then he reaches, and now that's going to create numbers for Naples behind the back. Culver to Graydon Ross for a basket.
There's a couple juniors getting into it a little bit.
And this is such a senior-oriented a squad that you a nice backdoor cut, and Marshall Warden can't convert the layup. How many of those have they had?
A lot.
Another behind-the-back dribble by Pulver and another pass to Ross, but this time he can't convert. And, he went down hard, and he's holding his ankle, and that's the last thing you want to see in a game like this.
Yeah, he's in some pain. That was a bad one, and that's the Warden that just went down. And
Marshall, that's a sophomore guard, Marshall Warden, and Dan Len out there. It looks like he's holding his ankle.
Yeah, he might have sprained or
Let's
broke his
hope
ankle.
It's a sprain, yeah. Around the league tonight, outside of this game in the West, you got Dundee at Romulus, HAC at Red Jacket, and Bloomfield at Whitman, probably one of the most interesting games. And then tomorrow night, the action moves to Wayne County, Clyde Savannah at Gananda. Gananda, a hard luck team that seems to lose a lot of close games. Matter of fact, it was a 3-point game that they lost to last night to North Rose Wolcott, who's now in a tie for the Wayne County lead. East Rochester at North Rose. That's a huge game for the Cougars. And then Lions at Marion and Sodas at Williamson. So looks like we got Coach Salter out there as well.
And that's the one nice thing about high school. You know, there's no trainer in the building, and the coaches kind of help each other out with injuries, and the sportsmanship is always foremost at the high school level.
Well, you know, let's hope it's not something serious, but it looks like at least for tonight, you know, South says is going to even be down another kid, which is
just devastating with 7 guys.
Yeah.
And the warden seems to be in a lot of pain. They got those ice packs out that, you know, that I've always kind of thought they don't know too much. I'm sure they probably got an ice machine in this facility somewhere. They'll probably come out with a little bit bigger bag of ice, but you hate to see South Seneca lose. You know, you don't want to see anybody go down, but especially South Seneca with only 2 kids on the bench to begin the game.
A nice JV squad. South Seneca JVs won the game before this, and they have numbers in their JV program. So, but I don't think that Coach Lent wants to rush this program back. I think that, you know, he wants to let the kids develop. So often you see so many freshmen and sophomore nowadays in high school coming up, and you know, like I said, they're looking towards next year.
Yeah, it's something you don't see too often around Section 5, and you know, combining schools, merging a team, and then going back, and you know, that doesn't happen all over Section 5. I mean, it's very far and few between. I was reading an article actually on Finger Lakes 1 yesterday morning about the team in Union Springs that has disbanded. You know,
they want the coach investigated.
Yeah, now they want the coach investigated. I don't know. You know, I was trying to read a little bit between the lines in the article, but I just can't get a grasp on what's going on down there.
Seems like they just didn't like him. He was a kind of a hard coach.
Yeah,
made him run a lot, but
well,
there's a fine line nowadays, I guess.
Sure. Unfortunately, there is a fine line, and you know, but you know, you don't see too many teams, you know, joining up and then disbanding because of numbers. And, you know, if you can sell Romulus and South Seneca, even when they were combined, struggled, you know, and now they're
separated. A lot of kids didn't play because there's so much, I don't want to say bad blood, but the communities and schools are big rivals. And when you try to merge them, you know, it's like a little bit of oil and water sometimes. So there were some decent players from the South Seneca side that didn't play because they didn't want to wear the Romulus blue and play for the Romulus coach, Kyle Collinsworth. And
yeah, there is. You know, it's a rivalry. It's a long time rivalry, and there was some things done in the process that, you know, soured some people. And you know, one of the things I know is why not play in this beautiful gym? They played down in Romulus, and this is brand new. But you know, certain people make certain decisions, and you either live with it or you walk away. And I guess a couple good ones chose to walk away.
And I tell you though, you know, we called a couple games from Romulus. This is their first time here at the Guinan, and they've been great to us over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice gym in its own right. And Romulus itself has a pretty proud basketball tradition. I think of guys like Matt Colgrove, friend of ours, who at one point before Matt Verkey beat it held the sectional single game scoring.
Yeah. Little unknown fact that a lot of people don't know about Romulus. But yeah, they were, you know, under Rick McCulloch, they were making trips to the finals year in and year out, and you know, they had a great program there for many years. Just in a downward cycle right now for these two teams in the south end of Seneca County. I look for this team, though, they can grow and mature a little bit to, you know, be a little bit better next year. You know, they're really going to miss Dresser. I think he's a great athlete. You know, he plays smart, real hard, seems like a good leader. And geez, nobody's more fun to watch than Andy John Drew. You know, he's a hustler and a scrapper. So those two guys will be missed. I mean, You know, it's not like they're just going to come back next year because they have younger players and all of a sudden be the best team in the league. These guys got a lot of work to do in the off season and the summertime if they want to have goals of kind of returning back.
And there's Beckman low with the ball in the corner, gets it inside to Devin Rogers, whose shot rolls off the rim, no good, and here comes Naples. You just don't want to drill down there and pick up your dribble like that. We'll make a decision sooner. And there's a shot from Dormer from the baseline, good.
Sophomore.
Yeah, Zach Dormer's first bucket of the game.
I think you're getting a great looks right now. Great look next year at Naples. You know, starting 5 next year in their core, and that's what I'm saying to you. So you look at Naples. Sure, they got Tilly and the seniors, Gorton and Phillips and you know, Pulver. Yeah, those guys can play and they're seniors. And you think they're going to lose some, but these guys right now are doing just fine out here. The juniors, you know, they're going to kind of reload, and I look for these guys to be in the top half of the league again.
Fleischman having a good game. He's a junior. Graydon Ross, some quality minutes as a junior, and Dormer hitting that shot as a sophomore. So, yeah, you know, when you build a program, you should be able to survive losses to graduation and come back and maintain a similar level. You know, you always have peaks when you have really good seniors like Clyde Savannah perhaps last year with DeSanto, Bogan, and Faniel.
Yeah, you know, and that was just a really good season that those guys had. You know, so if I was to look at these two teams and say, yeah, you know, I'm not sure that South Seneca's better than Naples' second team right now. You know, I mean, they played pretty even this quarter. It's been, but it's been you know, it's 4-2 in the quarter with a minute to go.
Yep, and it's part of a process for South Seneca. You know, it's by no means a knock on South Seneca. Like we said, you combine programs. You have no program. There's no basketball, no varsity basketball in this gym 2 years ago.
And it starts really way before that, you know, in their feeder program and, you know, what they're doing and as a rec program and a travel program. And, you know, so, you know, that does take time to get that going again. And that's, I know that the South Seneca girls have that going well for them. Yeah. You know, if you talk about the Lady Falcons, they're playing at an early age, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. They're getting in the gym on weeknights and playing with Everett Babcock and, you know, a long-time name here. And, you know, they have that stability that the boys need to get back. So, you know, it's not all can't be lost. If the girls can do it, certainly the boys can do it, you know.
Yep. That's the same thing for Romulus, who hasn't won a game in a couple years on the boys' side. Meanwhile, the girls have won a state title and continue.
Haven't lost a game.
Almost 40 games in a row. So
yeah.
I wonder if they both trade it to be both 500.
Nope, not for a second.
Yeah, that's right. They'll take the state
I don't
title.
think the community would. You know, not only the girls, but I don't think the communities would either. You know, they would. They you know, they're taking a lot of pride in what their girls are doing right now.
And Lincoln, the great emancipator, Beckman low for 3 at the buzzer. And he gives a fist pump, and after 3 periods of play here from Ovid, New York, it's Naples 37, South Seneca 16, and we'll be right back with the final quarter of action on Finger Lakes 1.
Find the partner you've been looking for. Welcome to Generations Bank.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
And welcome back inside Jack Guinan Gymnasium. And you know, Corsi, if we're going to call a game from South Seneca, this is our first game from South Seneca. You would have figured Dave Barnick would have been here, but he's home recovering from back surgery, and it went well, and we look to have him back here in the booth shortly and hopefully on the golf course in the spring because, as we all know, Dave Barnick, the mouth from the South, is a huge South Seneca guy.
Huge Falcon fan, and I was going to give a shout out to him because I know he was probably watching earlier, and I wanted to give a shout out. I'm not sure if he's still awake in his retirement. He might have fallen asleep already now, but
or
if he is listening,
the drugs they're giving him for that back.
That's right. Hopefully, our good buddy Dave Barnick is doing well in recovery.
Nice rebound by Lincoln there. Now he's bringing the ball up court. John Drew's been on the bench for the last couple minutes of that third quarter, and it's been Lincoln handling the ball, which is kind of odd because he's, their team's leading rebounder.
Yeah, he kind of does it all for these guys, though.
And Pulver fouled by Lincoln, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, some of the seniors are all back in for Naples here with Tilley and Gorton, Pulver, Phillips.
Who are we going to talk to after this one? Who's the candidate for player of the game?
I think you got to bring over Tilley. He's not that standout type of player that maybe a Kerher or a Hunter that we've seen. He kind of reminds me in a little bit of different role as Collins from Newark. Collins runs the point, but he has that senior leadership. Everybody seems to like him. He's smiling, he's laughing, he's talking, he does it all, and I'd like to get him over here and hear what he has to say about this season and what their goals are.
And Morella fouled by Gorton, and we were talking during the break. Tilley and Gorton and most of the starters for Naples sat out that whole quarter as Coach Mick Salter getting some other guys some experience that they'll be pretty valuable as they move forward here.
And what I loved about it too is Naples, and sometimes we see the negative side of it, but they're all smiling and laughing. They're not concerned about it. They're good kids, it seems like, and it's a team effort. And they were on the bench. Nobody was sulking. Nobody was looking for their minutes. And I wish we could get out and see this Naples team a little bit more because I've seen a lot of good things from them.
Great take by Backman Lowe. And before that, it was Tilley on the run out. And Backman Lowe now with 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points on the night. 13 of South Seneca's 18, I think.
Yeah, Pulver with a little baseline runner there. And those lefties are tough to guard, and he's got a nice touch.
Yeah, I got Pulver for 11 points on the night, leading all scores for Naples. I got to go up strong with that. That was Nicky Shorts, and Naples gets it back and throws it right away, and we almost might have saved it first.
I'm waiting for Tilley to break away and maybe get a dunk here. He's probably not going to play too much longer with this lead that they have. So
last year we counted, we had 12 dunks during our broadcast season.
Wow.
And this year not a single one.
0,
yet.
right? The goose egg.
I don't know if that's a reflection on the overall quality of this year's.
Maybe just the level of athleticism.
Yeah.
We did some Newark and Geneva games last year, and they had some kids, and Clyde had some kids that could dunk too. So just those 3 teams alone.
Micah Wright, Joe Maine Bogan, and Terrell Johnson and Junior Sims, and there's Gordon getting it done underneath.
I tell you, I like this Gorton. I'm really been impressed with Naples. I've talked about it before on some of our other broadcasts. I couldn't wait to see him play, and they've lived up to the billing. They're not going to be flashy and light you up. And I know they've had some high-scoring games, and they do like to run, but just really look at how Tilley just finds Gorton here. He's not even looking at him, and all of a sudden he just throws it. He knows where he is. He knows where he's going to be. And Gorton better be buying him some lunch every now and again because I've got him down. We're not even playing in the third. There he goes. So he played about 2 quarters tonight, and I got him down for, over 6 rebounds and over 6 assists. He's very unselfish, and he seems like a really good kid, which you want to have as your senior leader. Gorton, too. Gorton works hard. You get a team like this, and Coach Salter is probably real happy and enjoys coaching
Round
these guys.
the back, 360, Gordon off the glass and good. The play of the night, without a doubt. Fear the beard. Noah Gorton with 10 points.
Yeah, he's going to watch that one over and over again probably tomorrow or tonight, maybe on the way home on the bus. But, these guys, he didn't seem like he knew what to do with it, but it turned out and looked real pretty.
Baseline jumper by Devin Rogers, no good, and Lincoln Backman Lowe with a rebound, and he'll go to the line for a couple more.
Here we go on the replay. Let's watch this Gordon behind the back play here.
Nice look, and then see you later, Link. In a little reverse style to end it.
Yeah, he kind of puts his hands up at the end. I don't know what I'm doing, but it looked good. It's kind of how Mike Alessio used to play. Always looked good, but never knew what the heck he was doing. Now this is where Lowe gets his points. Lincoln, you know, he's not out there knocking threes down left and right and taking guys off the dribble. He's just a scrapper, goes to the foul line, works hard. You know, kind of a blue-collar kid. He brings his lunch pail to, you know, each game.
Well, you know, great players do get a lot of their points from the free throw line because they're getting to the basket and they're the focus of the other team's defense. And that shot off the front rim, and it is Dresser bringing it up now. Finds Beckman low on the left wing, extended, and he's fouled by either Gordon or did they get Gordon with that or Phillips?
I think they got Phillips with the push. But, you know, another thing with 7 kids, 1 hurt, you know, I really hope Marshall Warden comes back from this ankle sprain. And we got to call it out because they got a big round of applause from the fans. And I can't call it out. Must be a JV call-up. Number 1 just checking the game for Naples. And maybe at a timeout we'll run over and get his name. But, you know, hey, for South Seneca, you get a lot of touches, you know. So, so you're down 30. And you're not checking out of the game. You get to keep playing. Yeah,
that's true. Nobody's resting. And again, earlier tonight, we had Marshall Warden go down with an ankle injury. He's still here on the bench. His ankle's ice, which would indicate more of a sprain than and not a break or something more serious. So hopefully he can get back in action. Otherwise, South Seneca goes into their next game on the 17th.
Well, they'll probably have to bring a JV call up for Saturday's Waterloo game.
So 47-21, 4:30 left to play here in the fourth, and there's Gordon with the ball. Triple team gets it outside to the JV call up with the green T-shirt, who's guarded by Lowe, and they work it around. And from the 3, it's Gordon.
He can do it all, Gordon. You know, you talk about player of the game. He might be really the player of the game. He's done it all. You know, rebounding and
Backman low to the hoop, gets the roll. And he's got, and here they come back the other way. I got Backman with 16 on the night.
Yeah, having himself a good night for South Seneca. You know, he's working hard. He's getting a lot of buckets.
Getting some texts from some of our friends. And then here's a look at Gordon's 3. Nothing but net. Geez, I just got a text from Lincoln's aunt, unrelated to the game.
Wow.
Yeah, she's asking about something else, and I thought she was going to comment and tell us what a great job we were doing tonight.
Well, apparently we can't give a shout out to the Herons anymore out in Seneca Falls. But I know they planned on watching the game tonight on Finger Lakes 1. I did speak to him before. And I'm sure Chris is watching somewhere on the road.
He's out of town this week?
Yeah, I think he's a traveling salesman. Big fan of Finger Lakes 1 when he's stuck in a hotel room by himself.
So we got about 3:19 left in the game, 50-23. The Big Green Machine in Naples over South Seneca. And going to the line, we've got Andrew Fleischman. He's got 8 on the night and making 9.
Yeah, Fleischman's a great complementary player with this Naples team. He could shoot, very, you know, an athletic kid. And I looked big things for Naples coming down the stretch in sectionals.
Now, so Naples plays Lions tomorrow. Who do you take?
Oof, I'd like to see the matchup. You know, Naples really wasn't challenged outside of the first quarter tonight, so it's tough. But I'd say on a neutral court, I think I might take Naples.
You know, I don't know what Zach Young's bunch would do with guys like Tilley and Gorton, but then again, I don't know if Naples has the guard play to, you know, handle Damon Hunter.
Yeah, you know, you look out there and, you know, but I'm sure, you know, listen, Naples beat early college at this point, so they're going to see that type of athleticism. I bet you that, you know, they could throw Fleischman at them and Tilley, and those guys can stay in front of them. They're fairly athletic kids.
You know, I asked Coach Salter, as we look at the Upstate Hoops Power Rankings released on Sunday, the Newark Reds still holding at number 1, Pelmac up to 2 after beating Penn Yan in overtime, who dropped to 3. Red Creek at 4, but they lost to Lions on Sunday as Backman Lowe makes another free throw.
Well, what I'm trying to do, Jim, here is pull up Naples roster on the Section 5 website to get a read on number 1.
It's not there because that's exactly
that's
where we got this from. Leslie updated it yesterday.
Right.
And Backman Low misses his second free throw of the game. And Devin Rogers having a tough night shooting tonight. Working hard, getting rebounds, just not getting those shots in the paint to go.
That's Kyle Rook has checked in the game, too, for Naples, number 14 with the ball.
And also into the game for Naples, Kevin Chapman, senior forward, number 44.
Chapman's an athletic name from Naples. That's a long-time name you hear down there every now and again.
And there's a 3 from the corner for Eric Dresser. His first 3 of the game, and it's 52-27, just over 2 minutes to go.
And so, Jim, you talked about the 12-point loss for Minders in Honeoye last night. And this is a kind of good example. I mean, really, Naples probably could have won this game by 40 points. But they played a lot of different kids. Now here in the last few minutes, South Seneca still has their starters on.
Yeah.
You know, if South Seneca was to play this Naples group right here, they'd probably win by 15. You know, but South Seneca now is getting some easy baskets against Naples' third string. Yep. You know, third string team, not their second string team. And that's what kind of happens in some of these games without really watching.
And Backman Low takes it into the paint, right in the face of Chapman, and off the rim, no good. And that's a great example of the type of player that Backman Low is, and South Seneca is going to ride him as far as he'll take him not only this year, but especially next year. Chapman on the pivot, off the rim, no good, and it's rebounded by Nikki Shorts, who gets it back to Backman Low, finds it cross court, skip past a Dresser for another 3, but it's no good. And Dresser knocks it away from the Naples rebounder. And now Backman Low thinks about a 3, takes a step in, gets it out to Nikki Shorts, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Morella spins and blocked by Chapman. And now, threw it away. It's not a bad contingent from Naples up here to our left. Making the trip from the southwestern corner of Ontario County here is Lincoln Backman Low controls. And he takes a 3-pointer that rims in and out. Rebound by Nikki Shorts. Back out to Dresser for 3. Off the rim, no good. And rebounded by Devin Rogers. Back to Backman Low. Sizes up defender, drives baseline, gets it over to the corner to Shorts. They reverse it back to the top of the key to Eric Dresser, and that's no good.
I just got a confirmation on number 1. It's actually number 5 in the score on Section 5.
Oh, it's Mitch Bay. I was wondering when we were going to see old Mitch.
Yep, and I looked over there, and I thought there was one kid that hadn't got in that I thought been Mitch Bay, but number 1 is Mitch Bay, junior guard.
We should have noticed that, 5'1" junior guard.
Yep, that's what happens when you put us together on a Tuesday night and in the
Ovid.
-8-degree weather in Ovid. Barnick wouldn't be happy with that.
No. And of course, Corzy, I'm not, a lot of times I'm producing these things, not always behind the headset and part of the broadcast team, especially on the play-by-play end, but I love it. I love talking hoops with you.
Yeah, you're doing a great job tonight. I love having you sit next to me and calling this Finger Lakes West game.
So about 22 seconds left in the ball game, and Backman Low controls, guarded by Jake Northrup. Another 5'9" junior guard from Naples, and he takes it in the lane and dishes it off. We have about 10 seconds left to go. Eric Dresser controls now.
Looks like South Seneca's holding it for 1.
Nikki Shorts back to Dresser, and he drives the lane, lets up a runner, no good. And that's the ball game. The Naples Big Green Machine moves to 6-0 in the league, 8-0 overall, as they defeat the South Seneca Falcons here at the Jack Guinan Gymnasium in Ovid, New York. We'll be right back with the post-game show on Finger Lakes 1.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At fingerlakes1.com. Come on over to fingerlakes1.com. Make us your homepage.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to
www.fingerlakes1.com.
Tonight's live broadcast of high school basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank, rooted in the things that matter. Dr. Rod Littlejohn, celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style. UR Medicine and Thompson Health, medicine of the highest order. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, trust someone who lives in your community. Old Lions True Value Hardware and Dobbins Pharmacy and Gift Shop in downtown Lyons. Red's Place, great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls. The Omen Theater, see what's playing in downtown Lyons at omentheater.com. Zimmer's Auto, late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Penny's Place, large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. FingerLakes1.com Incorporated, building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Welcome back to the Jack Guinan Gym in Ovid, New York. We're here in our post-game show, and next to me, I'm glad and happy to have Naples everything forward, Isaiah Tilley. Isaiah, thanks for coming on the post-game show with us.
No problem.
He's got his family in the background trying to make him a little bit nervous here. So he might be smiling a little bit uncontrollably. He's all that pesky little sister everybody seems to have. So Isaiah, you guys played good tonight. You know, you came into South Seneca Gym and you didn't take them lightly, even though they got the 2-6 record. You guys undefeated, top of the Finger Lakes West. What's Coach talk about in a game like tonight? You know, before.
It's mostly defense that we concentrate on before every game, and then sharing the ball and just being an overall team game. So.
Yeah, and I think you guys do a great job of that. We watch a lot of teams, and Jim and I talked on the broadcast. If you guys were to be matched up against Lions right now, who would we take, and who we think the better team was? We've seen Lions play a couple times. This is the first time we've seen you guys play. You know, your team ball is pretty extraordinary. It's the best that I think I've seen all year. You yourself are very selfless. I talked to you right before we came on. You didn't play the third quarter. Coach seemed to try to get some juniors some playing time and have them build some chemistry. And you know, how does that affect you as a player? You know, you're one of the better players in the league, and obviously one of the better players on the team. Is that a hard pill to swallow when you got to sit out, or?
Not really for me. Like, I enjoy seeing the other guys play and trying their hardest and just succeeding in what they do. So.
Now, tell me about you guys off the court. You guys close off the court?
Yeah, a lot of us are close off the court. We hang out all the time and play basketball and at the school and over the summer all the time. And
you guys get together and play on your own, or you're playing leagues, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, we do summer league in Bath, so that was a good program to get into. And then we just play around all summer with on the court near the school.
Yeah, you guys, when I played high school basketball, we always kind of knew where each other were. We hung out off the court and on the court, and we had a pretty special season my senior year. I see that out of you guys. You know, you got your back turned to Gorton down low.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you just kind of know where he is, and all of a sudden you turn around, he's got the ball in his hands. Does he take care of you? You know, you feed him, set him up a lot. He's buying you lunch every once in a while.
Yeah. Me and Gordon, if he calls for the ball, I know he's open, and I usually feed him. We do really good. We play off each other. If one's doing good, the other's gonna be doing good too. So.
What's your favorite aspect of the game out there? You know, you do it all. You rebound, you pass, you defend well, you shoot. What do you like to do the best?
I'd probably say pass, because I like getting good passes to my teammates and setting them up. So.
Yeah, I could tell tonight. Yeah, I think you had 6 or 7 assists in really only about 2 quarters, 2.5 quarters, and you know, you're very unselfish. You can kind of tell you're the pulse of the team, but man, Fleischman and Pulver and Gorton. Gorton played great tonight. I see him in the box score a lot, filling up the points. And you guys come at from a lot of different angles. So.
Yeah, Pulver and Fleischman like to spread the floor, so that's good. When I drive and I can kick to them, and when they hit, they don't stop hitting.
Yeah, Fleischman got hot for a second there, and looks like Pulver. He's not afraid to shoot it, is he?
No, they're not. They're really good shooters, and I'm glad they're sitting out at the three-point line.
Who can go deeper, Fleischman or Pulver?
Probably Pulver.
Oh, boy, you're going to get some trouble tomorrow in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fleischman going to be on you for that one?
Yeah,
Pulver took a deep one today. He missed it, but I could tell he's not
afraid.
He's not afraid to shoot it.
Nope.
No, that's all right. You need guys like that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to do. Now, what about the team goals for the rest of the year? Right now, you're, I think, 9-0. What are the team goals as you guys finish up?
I'd say we just want to keep improving and keep playing better and better, and then probably just keep our record undefeated. That's what I'm looking forward to, and getting to the Blue Cross.
What's more important to you at this point, a league title or a sectional championship?
Sectional championship.
Yeah, I think that's the common, the answer for most of the kids that play. Your league, sometimes you got rivals in there, but some schools are a little bigger, some schools are a little smaller. But when you go in the sectional play, everybody's your size, and that's really what people remember is that sectional championship. And you guys got some tough opponents in that class. Have you talked about that at all, or is it too far down the road?
Yeah, we've talked about Lions and Wheatland Chi-Li, and we haven't gotten the chance to see them play yet, but we need to go scout them out, see what they got. I know they got the Wheatland has like the three brothers.
Yeah, they like one's a freshman, sophomore, and senior or something, right?
They're really good, so we're gonna have to keep improving our defense and everything. So.
And who knocked you out of sectionals last year?
Perry.
Perry did?
Yeah, they're a really, really good team.
So. Yeah, they got a good program as well. Yeah. So we're excited to see at Finger Lakes 1. We don't get a chance, you're a little bit far away from Seneca Falls, but we're excited to see how you guys finish. We were really excited to get out and see you play, and I thought your team, you lived up to the expectation that we've talked about and seen in the box scores, but I thought your team really did. And I'm excited about you guys coming down the road because you really have a nice team and you're smiling out there and you let each other play and coach does something, you guys just react to it. You're not arguing with the officials and you seem like a great group of kids and I can't wait to follow you on Finger Lakes 1 the rest of the way here and check you guys out in the Finger Lakes Times. And I wish you the best of luck. You got to want to give a shout out to these people heckling you over here?
Sure.
Who do you got up there?
There's Kayla and Jen and I guess Kelsey and Cassidy and Jason the three-pointer.
You travel well, man. You're like Kobe Bryant over here with a big fans. So that's impressive. Yeah, look, they're on. They love it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to bring Jim Sinacroby back in here to finish up our post-game show. Isaiah, you did a great job on the camera. You did a great job in the game, and we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way, and good luck in sectionals.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, we're going to switch you out here with the boss. Yeah, and Jim, welcome back. And Jim, and I don't know how much of the interview you caught, but I mentioned it early, and he really does remind me of a Tyler Collins from Newark. He seems to be the total package, unselfish, not arguing with anybody, a team leader. He was joking around when I went over to get, and I asked Coach Salters, hey, do you mind if we talk to Isaiah? And all the kids were like, oh, they were trying to see who would get called over, and he was laughing with them. And on the way over, you can tell they enjoy each other, and they're a good group of kids. And just watching them one game, I really, really, truly am going to root for this team, for the rest of the way out. I don't know if Coach Young and crew, likes to hear that, but when you watch a team and like I really root for Coach or Collins. I'm sorry, Collins over in Newark, and he's a good kid, and this is a team that I'm going to pay a little extra attention to as the season comes down to an end.
Well, yeah, it was nice to get a look at Naples. We saw them get out to the 5-0, 7-0 start. 5-0 in the league, 7-0 now. 8-0 overall for the Big Green as they push forward and try to secure that Finger Lakes West title. We'll look forward to the Dundee game. Maybe I don't know when that is, maybe we take a ride down to Dundee.
Yeah, I'm in. Count me in.
As for South Seneca, it was just exactly the type of thing we talked about. Short-handed, then you got a guy go down, Marshall Warden sprains his ankle, and you're even more short-handed, and it's just trouble scoring the basketball. We did see why, Lincoln Beckman Lowe is so impressive. He had himself a nice night. I got him unofficially for 19 points, a ton of rebounds, and That's about what he's been doing all year long. 16 points, 12 rebounds against Waterloo, 18 points, 16 rebounds against Bloomfield, 20 versus Whitman, 20 versus Honeoye, 25 versus Romulus, 19 tonight. So the future's bright for South Seneca. It's a process. We're going to be back here in the Jack Guinan Arena often. It's a great place to call a game from. This is our first time here, but we hope to get back.
We're right on court side. Everybody was great to us down here in South Seneca, and Dan Lent does a good job of helping us out with Finger Lakes 1 as well.
So we're going to go make sure our cars start and see if we can drive back north to Seneca Falls, and check us out on the Upstate Hoops podcast, Matt Verke and I, on Sunday evening at 9 o'clock, where we recap all the Wayne Finger Lakes action over the week. And then next Tuesday, we're back online at Newark High School for Minders at Newark in a game that could have serious title implications in the East. So here in South Seneca, the final score is 51-26. Naples Big Green Machine is victorious. And Corsi, great working with you. And we'll call another game down the road.
And because we're in South Seneca, we got to exit with "May the Force be with you."
Oh, in honor of Dave Barnick, Dandy Dave, the mouth of the South. Final score from Jack Guinan Arena in Ovid, New York is the Naples Big Green 51 and the South Seneca Falcons 26. Good night, Kevin, and to our viewers at home, may the Force be with you.